And we're back.
Woo!
Fite Game. Catalina, what's up?
Man, I am excited about this episode. Are you excited?
Why are you so excited about this episode?
We got two guys that I'm very pumped about. One guy I've known for a very long time. We actually were at FCW together. We were like besties, so very excited to have him on and see how well he's going to do tonight.
That's going to be interesting. You got Brian Cage on your coming on tonight. Good friend of yours.
Yep, Paulie Malignaggi. Yep,
Paulie
Malignaggi.
Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, these guys are going head to head. The boxer versus the wrestler. I mean, come on. What other show are you going to get stuff like this to happen?
Exactly.
Not many shows out there. You know what I mean? The boxer versus wrestler. The last time I saw a boxer versus wrestler was Rocky Balboa versus Thunderlips. I mean, really, if we're going to go down that road, may as well. But I'm excited. You know, we got, I know Team Catalina, you're going to have Paulie on your team.
That's right. I am. I'm very excited about this. We're bringing some tough questions for him, but I know he can handle it. So I'm excited about it.
And I got Brian Cage. Brian Cage is a big dude. He's a big dude. He's kind of reminds me of like a newer, better version of the Ultimate Warrior, this guy. I mean, this guy, you see this guy in the ring, he's doing damage, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping me and Brian will take the W tonight. I think we will.
We're going to find out, okay? That guy's going to get his shit in either way, so.
Listen, you get your shit in, and if you push your shit in, that's always good too. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's good, but okay.
Only if you're on the giving side, it's good. You know what I mean? Not on the receiving side, you know? And I think my man Brian is going to be on the giving side. I think he's going to be pushing some shit in tonight, and we're going to win this damn thing. That's it.
Like, what?
Listen, shout out Fusion CBD.
Shout it out.
Our sponsors, check them out. If you like CBD, if you like all that good stuff, they got CBD water, they got CBD gummies, they got CBD for your pets. They got everything, these guys.
Got it all.
Check them out.
CBD.
At Fusion CBD Products. Check them out on IG. Love those guys. They're the best. And
love that Fusion CBD. Woo!
We love Fusion. So I would love to get this thing started, Kat. Let's do it. Let's bring our guests on right now.
Yep.
Paulie Malignaggi, arguably the best boxing analyst on the planet.
Award-winning commentator, pro boxer. I mean, guy has an amazing record. So I'm excited.
Brian Cage, I mean, that man needs no introduction. I don't even know. He's so big, I don't even know if he can fit on this stream, but we're going to try. Let's get him in.
There they are, guys. Wow. Thanks for coming on.
Don't worry, Joe. I got the camera way far back so I can fit into it just fine.
My guy.
He knows just what to do. He's a real pro, this guy.
I don't know. We got two pros on here, man. We got two pros. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to fast-paced game. We're going to see, you know, you guys are very good in the ring, but we're going to see how good you are outside the ring.
That's right. We got 9 rounds of action. Each question is going to have multiple choice and an 8-second count out to answer.
All right.
You guys ready for this?
Hell yeah. So our before we get started, Brian, you're
yes, sir.
You're a big star with AEW, man, and you know, a lot of people have been watching you. How's it been going for you with AEW and your experience with that company?
It's been great, man. Especially this week. It's been a real hot week for me. It was trending all basically all week from match last night and the announcement for the match I had last night. So real good week for me out here in DC, and the overall company too, man, has been great. It's a lot easier going and more pro wrestling feeling rather than like walking on an eggshell type of feeling that you'd get elsewhere. So
totally, definitely. I was so happy to see you and Wardlow finally at it.
Right? I know. I mean, it only took 2.5 years, but whatever. Better late than never.
Crazy, right?
I know.
That was awesome, though.
It's like watching like you two guys go at it. It's like the new school version of like Ultimate Warrior and Goldberg going at it. You know, it's like we got the new big young guns coming in and doing their thing. It's great to see, man.
The only small difference is that we're actually athletic and know how to wrestle. But you know,
nobody likes to be compared to Ultimate Warrior. I know.
No, well, like I mean, especially when it's like, you know, quote unquote non-fans, because Ultimate Warrior is such a like figure, and we know who that is, like Hulk Hogan and stuff.
Right.
I get where they're coming from. It's supposed to be positive. Like I would rather get compared to Scott Steiner because at one point he was a phenomenal wrestler, but still. Yeah.
That's true. Big Papa Pump, man. Yeah, absolutely. Right. I guess I look at it from the entertainment side, you know, but I guess from the actual wrestling side, I definitely see where you're coming from.
as a kid, you know, you look at it differently. Like that's my generation as a kid. But as I get an adult, I look at Hulk Hogan highlights now, and I'm like, dude, all he did was a body slam, leg drop, and an atomic boot to your head. That's it.
Isn't that amazing? That's like literally all he did, and he was so over. You know?
No, more amazingly is that you got guys like Billy Gunn. He's still in his late 50s. He looks great. And he moves great. He can do whatever. Yeah. He wrestled. You know, he did everything. Yeah, Hogan at Billy Gunn's age was like practically paralyzed. I'm like, he didn't do anything. He didn't even bump. How is he so beat up from not doing anything?
That's true.
I don't know. I think people were just 80s was just like a decade of characters. So I think the wrestlers just got there with their character, weren't their over the top characters, you know, and like I mean, I remember moving here from Italy and thinking it was real, you know, like I was like, as far as like it was a real fight. I mean, I know it's staged athleticism as hell, but I mean, I thought these guys like really killing each other. My mom didn't want me to watch it. She's like, yo, I don't watch this stuff. And I'm like, yo, Ma, this is great. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, that's amazing. How old were you when you moved to the States?
I was 6.
Oh, wow.
I was 6, yeah. And speaking of like the old wrestling, I remember WrestleMania 3. That was like my first one. It was like I was like wilding out, you know, with the Giant and Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, and then Ultimate Warrior comes in like and during that years when Ultimate Warrior entered the WWF, you guys got me all this old nostalgia with that comment.
Oh man, I had a crush on the Ultimate Warrior. I had a poster of his. Yes.
Guys,
you gotta look at comparisons, you see. But I'll tell you what,
before he died, like right in time, you know, like right before he died, you know how he came and did like
the thing. He was larger than life characters for us.
He did that speech that was like almost like foreshadowing his death.
Yeah, man. I was like, these are larger than life characters for us. These were like, I don't know, man. Like as part of my childhood, there's like certain people. A lot of the wrestlers are like the big deal of my childhood. It's like, yo, there was like a big deal. But now that I get an adult, I know exactly what you're talking about, Cage. Because you know, like these new age wrestlers, there's much more athleticism and much more. I mean, once I was watching, like, you know, like it started. Like I remember like 10 years after like this era, I remember like these ladder matches with like the Hardy Boys. It started, and I'm like, yo, this athleticism is like on a different level. I'm like, you know, and it just gets, you know, people just raise it to another game. I can remember as a kid now looking back, now as I watch WrestleMania 3 looking back, I watched it like in the past year. This Macho Man versus Steamboat match is like very excellently wrestled. And for that time,
it's so ahead of its time. So ahead of its time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I brought it up. I was like, you know what? I was like, those guys really must have been sticklers for preparation. And that was an amazingly wrestled match. But as a kid, all you're obsessed with is the characters. You don't even know how to appreciate that kind of skill, you know?
Brian, who are you guys growing up? Your inspirations as a kid?
Well, I mean, the same thing. Like, I grew up around that same era, like from the start. So, like, you know, I like Mach and Warrior and Hogan and stuff. But then as I like got into like the double digits, if you will, then like I was really into like Michael's my all-time favorite, and like Razor Ramon, and then like who I inspired to be back in the ring is like I should say the 3 Chris's. That was Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, and most importantly Chris Kanyon.
Wow. Yeah, Chris Kanyon was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, because then as you get older, you start to understand, you start to appreciate the skill part of it, you know, and you start to appreciate even the daredevil part of it. I mean, you think these guys are doing stuff that's like wild, man, you know, like wild.
Totally. You know? They're doing the craziest stuff nowadays. It's like everybody's going up eating each other. It's nuts.
Yep. And that's when when I argue with them too, in terms of when people try to say, oh, it's not real. I'm like, yeah, it's not real. I was like, it's maybe staged, but bro, try to jump off the ladder doing a somersault like that and surviving it and doing it again the next night. It's like, you know what I mean? Try to do all that and then tell me these guys aren't athletes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always have like it's not like we were all trying to work together. I was like, but everything hurts. Just because you let it happen, everything hurts. You just hope you don't get injured. There's like I differentiate like what hurts and what's an injury.
Yeah.
So you don't want to injure anybody, and you don't want to be injured, but it's also gonna hurt. So,
but that's a good line right there. You know, the injury to hurt, because you know obviously all injuries hurt, but does it hurt not enough to not be an injury? You know what I mean? And your threshold and what is it going to be? Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
So true. Yes.
Bro, I can barely move now. I'm 39. I feel like I'm 69 at this point. It's like I'm barely holding it together. I don't even know how I'm in shape still. Like I work out like one of the old geezers in the gym, but somehow I'm staying in shape by the grace of God. I think it's because of the diet, really. That's about it. But honestly, bro, like you guys, I give you all credit. You know, boxers and wrestlers, anybody that steps into a ring of combat, I give you guys so much credit for doing it day in and day out. I wish I could do it. You know, it's just not built that way. But I appreciate the people that are.
For sure. Okay, hold on. I got to ask you, Paulie, though. I was doing some homework on you. Magic Man's your nickname. Where did that come from? Who gave it to you? Like, how did that happen?
I'll be honest, it wasn't like it doesn't have as cool of a story as like it could, you know. Like I know, like I could end up having a cool story. It really doesn't. But I remember when I turned pro and I was like, yo, I need a nickname. I was kind of hyper. I guess I still kind of am, but I was really hyper when I was younger. So I was like, yo. Yes, I was trying to tell my team, like, yo, I need a nickname. I need a good nickname. What are we gonna do? You know, like Malignaggi is kind of a long name, so like people got to kind of associate me with a good nickname. Otherwise, you know, you're not gonna really remember my name like that, you know. And like we were just kind of bringing up a bunch of them, and then I remember I was at a press conference, and my promoter at the time just announced me like that, you know, like as far as when my fight was coming up, and I was one of his young stars that he signed, and he just like, he was Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi, you know, and it's stuck ever since because the talking to the press after that press conference, I always just say the word man. I guess like it's like a Northeast thing, like, yo, what's up, man? Or how's it going, man? Oh, you know what I'm saying, man? So I was saying man a lot, and the headline in the New York Daily News, the writer I remember was Vic Ziegler. He was kind of a big writer at that time. He used to do a lot on horse racing, actually. He passed away since. But Vic Ziegler's headline the next day was once golden, because I had won the New York Golden Gloves. Now he's magic, comma, man, and it stuck, you know. So that was it. But there was one that I wish I would have took like later on when my friends came up with it. But I was already Magic Man. It was called 1 in a Million Sicilian. I was like, oh, that's great. I was like, yo, that would have been a good one. 1 in a Million Sicilian.
Let me tell you, actually, hey Brian, bring that over to creative at AEW. Maybe somebody can become
that. All right.
Yeah, that's actually a good wrestling name too.
It is totally, actually. I love it.
I could see that being like a protagonist, you know, like somebody instigating trouble. The 1 in a Million Sicilian, definitely a bang.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So I'd say let's get this game started. Catalina, what's up? What's the first round? What are we doing here?
Oh, guys, this is my favorite round. MMA. Marry, Merc, Ass. So it's like marry, F, kill. We're gonna have pictures pop up for each of you guys, and you're gonna tell us who you're gonna Merc, marry, Ass. Okay.
Okay, so it's marry, F is Merc, and Ass is kill.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. No. The other way. Merc, kill.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Merc is kill. Merc is kill. Yeah, it's true. Self-explanatory. Merc is kill, and Ass is okay. Marry, F, and okay, yeah, because I'll be a little slow in recognizing these. Okay.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna do great.
All right. Brian, I'm gonna start with you on this one, my brother.
Let's do it.
So we got 3 popping up right here, right now. So we got G.I. Jane, Demi Moore when she played G.I. Jane. We got Trish Stratus. I mean, come on, how you doing? WWE. And then,
how you doing?
Gina Serrano. So, you know, 3 hotties right here. What you thinking, Brian?
Wow. Well, I mean, I can't decide if I want to marry or ask Trish. That's the real struggle. That's I mean, she wins for sure. Absolutely. I mean, I guess I'd marry Trish. Then I'd have to ask Gina, and then sorry, Jane, but she's got to go then.
Yeah, I knew it.
That was my choices too.
Yeah, right.
Plus, if you marry them, you get to ask them whenever you want. I guess, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a win-win. I'm with you. I actually my picks are exactly the same.
And that would go for Trish like then or now. By the way, too, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, okay, I got Brian's number.
Trish was always hot. I remember when I was growing up watching wrestling, I was like, oh my God, between Trish Stratus and the other one, Marlene, that was Goldust's ballet. I didn't know what to do first.
Well, and they had the Shotgun Saturday Night episode where her tits came out too.
Oh
man.
When her tits came out, I don't know what to do first. Do I get the toilet paper, the lotion? What do? I don't know.
And then the hottest Trish picture If you haven't seen it, you could Google it. It's like right when she first gets there, it's like on a VHS tape. VHS, that's how old it is.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's called like Divas in Hinduism or Hindu, wherever they are. But she's got like a hose and a white T-shirt, and the hose is going all over. And the T-shirt's completely see-through, and it's just like the hottest photo of her of all time. That's my
remember
go-to.
Amazing. That's my go-to.
You know who else was tricky hot? Was Molly Holly.
I did like
Yeah.
Molly. She was shooting a virgin too. She was shooting a virgin too.
She was what?
What?
She was shoot a virgin too, because he did like a virgin angle with her, but she really was a virgin.
Oh wow. I don't know. That made her even hotter. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I like Stacy Keibler back then too. I think she was dating. She ended up dating George Clooney or something. Yeah.
Yep.
That's afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paulie, you're up.
All right.
All right. All
Here
right.
we go. Ooh, we got Hillary Swank. We got Layla Ali, and what's that girl's name in the middle?
Misha Tate.
Come
Misha
on.
Tate. There you go. I
Misha
forgot her
Tate.
name.
That's a really good picture of Misha Tate. Okay.
That is a good picture of her.
All right. I'll these are a little tougher. And the way they look here,
Good one.
I don't know. I'll kill Layla, ask Hillary, and marry Misha. Because the way she looks in this picture, I really like her in this picture. I like Misha in this picture.
I
Misha
love
was
that. I
hot.
love that. It's funny, Kat, too, on your little description of this contest, you said, don't worry, your significant others won't get mad. So I've had the hugest crush on, there's only 2 women in my entire life that have been on my phone background. That's Melissa, my wife, and Misha Tate. And I have the hugest crush
So
on her.
that was the one for Cage then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, her daughter and Cody's son are in our daughter's wrestling class too, but her dad's always there whenever I've been there, and Misha's always been there. I've talked to Misha plenty of times. I've never met in person, living in Vegas, and I always almost do. And Melissa's so upset that I don't know why you got crushed on her so much. She doesn't even look that good. She gets so upset. So if I would have got Misha and picked Misha, that just would have been phenomenal.
So maybe it was better that you ended up. It went for me.
It was.
It's funny. Misha, out of those 3, is the only one I haven't met. I've met Layla and I've met Hillary Swank. So out of those 3, Misha's the only one I never met out of those 3.
That is so funny.
How'd you meet Hillary
I
Swank?
wouldn't have pegged you for a Misha Tate.
She was training in Gleason's gym when I was training there years ago. She was preparing for the part in Girl Fight. She trained in Gleason's gym for like 6 months straight. I used to see her every day in the gym. We used to talk. Cause at that time I was one of the up and coming fighters in the gym. So I was one of the better fighters in the gym. So I was I was kind of a hot shot in the gym. She was a big deal that she was in the gym, So we see each other every day. It was she was in that group that trained at a certain hour, and I used to be in the gym at that hour too. So I see her. She was actually pretty cool, because some actors or extras in her level would probably want the gym closed off when she's around, but she trained right amongst everybody else for 6 months straight. So I'd see her every day.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah, that gym had a lot of people that would just randomly come in and train for a while. It was cool.
That's cool.
And I know, going back to our Kat, I heard you say I want to peg me for a Misha fan. I was just a huge fan of hers, as far as an MMA competitor, and so I'm sure that added the attraction to me. But I don't know. There's just something I know she's not super hot or the typical oh my god bombshell. But there's just something about her that I'm just into. Her little chipmunk cheese, it works for me. I don't know.
I get you. Because in that picture, you look really good in that picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I found that picture. I was she looks hot, and I always thought she was hot.
Yeah.
In and out of really the octagon. I always thought there was something different hot about her. Not your usual hot.
That's it's not the classic hot, but there's an unusual, oddly attractive. I don't know. And come on, what really sold me was that old ESPN or Sports Illustrated photo shoot of her, where it's the implied nude, sports athletic deal. That was a hot shoot. Yeah.
Well, also, there's always something hot about an attractive woman that's willing to go do combat sports.
Sure. I think that's just any woman that's just talented or hardworking at whatever she does. You know what I mean? There's an added attraction and appreciation for that.
For sure.
And an attractive woman too. She said an attractive woman that's fighting. An attractive woman in general, right? It's kind of hot.
Yeah.
But then the other added stuff, it's you get into it more.
Definitely. For sure. Oh, here we go.
Bullshit.
Call your bluff. It's our first round. Ooh. Okay, so this is truth or lie, right? So we had you guys come up with your truth and your lie. So you're gonna find out which one is true and which one's full of shit. All right.
We got everything prepared already. So Paulie, I got you as well.
Okay.
All right. So Brian, we're gonna start with you, brother.
Okay.
So truth or lie, it's the call your bluff round. So either A, Paulie was born in Syracuse, Sicily, or B, Paulie was born in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Well, Sicily.
Paulie?
I'm born in Brooklyn, and my family moved back to Sicily. When I was a few months old.
That was a twist.
Well,
Yeah.
I only got sworn to that one too, because I probably would have gone, because you asked him when did he move to the States before we started this. It was like it set me up to fail from the get-go right there.
my family moved here when my mom was pregnant with me to the U.S. and then they didn't like it, and so when I was like 6-7 months old, they moved back, and then we didn't come back until I was a couple of months shy of my 6th birthday. So it was so I didn't even speak English at that point. You know, I had to like learn from scratch. You know, everything when I got back. But my Wikipedia is wrong. I'm not born in Bensonhurst. I actually tried to get that changed. I'm born in South Brooklyn. I'm born in Long Island College Hospital, which is closed now in South Brooklyn. But
That's where my dad was born, bro. My dad.
Yeah, bro. That's a famous hospital. Yeah.
My dad's from downtown Brooklyn. He was born and raised on DeGraw Street.
Yeah.
Red Hook area, all down that way. That's why I used to go every weekend to see my grandmother. Yeah,
when my family first got to the U.S., they lived in South Brooklyn, and then my grandparents went to Bensonhurst. But yeah, so I was born in South Brooklyn, which was at that time also an Italian neighborhood. It's a shame that when you're getting old, when your hospital is now gone. You know, like the hospital I'm born in is gone, man.
I was born in Victory Memorial in Dyker Heights in Brooklyn.
That's gone too. Yeah, I used to jog by Victory Memorial all the time because I was Dyker Heights, Bensonhurst area by the park. I used to jog around the park all the time. So
play ball.
Yep. The hospital's gone too.
Unbelievable, bro.
I'm pretty sure you can go on to Wikipedia and write anything you want too, though.
Yeah. I think I had like my manager mess with it and say, like put that, I was born in South Brooklyn and not in Bensonhurst, because people associate me with Bensonhurst. That's where I'm raised, but I'm born in South Brooklyn and they changed it back. And so my manager got in touch with them at the time, and they were like, "Yeah, you know him. He can't be a person that knows them because." Yeah, I know, but I'm not like bluffing myself up like where I'm not BSing about like they're worried that you change something that if you know the person because you'll change something to more positive. That has nothing to do with anything. I'm just telling you where I'm born. I'm trying to correct you. I'm just trying to let you know where I'm born.
All right, ready, Paulie? Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Brian went hunting and killed a pheasant by throwing a rock at its head. Or B, Brian got pulled over and had to take a shit so bad he got out of the car and shit in the street. Brian, we had to shorten these a little for screen.
No, I get you.
Like it looks a little bit. See, B is so detailed that it looks like it has to be B. Like who would make up that much details and then it's not even true? So I feel like I'm gonna go with B.
Ooh, you're wrong. It's A.
The detail of B.
Right. The story. He sent me the story.
Well, it's 22 because your description. I was trying to think of some wild stories. You're like wild stories. Like Paulie's was so like, oh, that's a general like fact information. I could have made easier ones. That's why I didn't want to text it last night. I'm like, man, that's gonna be a lot to text, a lot of detail.
I liked it. I wanted you to give me the story. So
yeah. Well, okay. And B was almost true. But so I literally was gonna shit my pants. It was on my brand new Corvette. I'm like, I'm I'm on the highway. There's nothing there, and I got to shit so bad. As I told her, I'm like, I'm sweating. I got the gut. I'm dying, and I'm hauling ass going 100 down this highway trying to find a gas station. And there was a cop. I see the cop like, fuck, and then for whatever reason, he didn't pull me over. He just let me go. And otherwise I would have. I was like, man, I would have had to just shit right there when he pulled me over because it was covered. And then even I did make it to the gas station, and it literally just maybe TMI. But I mean, as I was pulling my pants down, it was already shooting towards the toilet. Like it was bad.
He had a turtle head.
It wasn't a turtle head. It was a fire hose. It was bad.
Oh my god!
You know it's bad when it's kissing the Hanes. That's what it is.
Oh, man. And the gas station clerk was so mad because I didn't buy anything or get gas or whatever. I'm like, bro, I just gotta go. Give me the key. I was like,
Give me the key. It's gonna be on the floor if you don't give me the key. So
100%. I was like, it's easier just to flush it down. Let's go. Let's get it on.
let's go. I'll buy some Tic Tacs when I come back in. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's wild, man. Everybody shits their pants one way or another. You're gonna shit.
Well, I
yourself.
haven't yet, thank God. But it's some close calls.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
I heard a story. I heard a story in the boxing match. Andrew Sixheads Lewis, he was ex-world champion. He actually passed away. And I think he died in like some car accident or something. But Andrew Sixheads Lewis lost a fight once because he had to take a shit so bad that he had to leave the ring. He just ran out of the ring. And of course, you lose on a technical knockout. You lose on because you don't finish the fight. It's technical. He just ran out of the ring in between rounds. He ran out of the ring, and that's it. Wow. He lost the fight. And afterwards, he's like, I just had to take a shit so bad I couldn't hold it anymore.
I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do, right? Like, there's been a couple close calls in wrestling matches where, like, because I almost always have to go right before, and there's been a couple times where I haven't gotten to go, and it's right there. Like, man, if I get one hard in the stomach, if I take a crazy bump, like, it's coming out. Like, what are we gonna do? Thank God it's never happened. But I know 3 different people that it has happened to.
Shut
I'm
up.
like, dude, and it's open in the Indies too. And 2 of them stopped. 2 of them stopped. 1 kept wrestling.
So what about the other wrestler? The other wrestler wrestled with him. Sorry, dude.
My bad.
If my opponent shits, I'm leaving the ring then. Like, hey, it's over, man. Like,
the worst thing is if you shit yourself, right? And the guy's finishing move is a power bomb. How does that work?
I was gonna say.
You gotta call it audible, man. You gotta call it audible.
What about while we're on the subject? Actually, I remember one of my ex-trainers, Buddy McGirt, his son James, told me he pissed in his pants in the middle of a fight, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, I had to go, but I was in the middle of the ring, we're fighting. I just started pissing," and I'm like, "How'd you get away?" He goes, "Nah." He goes, "People think it's sweat." He goes, "I just went, just let it go." You know what I mean? It's like I went right in my cup and drained down my leg. He goes, "Doesn't matter." He goes, "I just went."
Oh my god!
He goes, "I didn't even notice."
Wow.
Do you remember the girl like
relax to go to the bathroom though?
I know that is nuts. Well, it was just like a year or 2 ago, right? When that one girl got like choked out and she shit her pants in UFC.
What?
Yeah, that was I interviewed her. That was Jesus Christ.
How
I can't remember
did I not hear about this?
Yeah, I did an interview with her. I didn't bring it up. I felt bad. I didn't want to bring it up.
The fight kept going too, right? Didn't the fight keep going?
She shit herself and kept going. Oh, who the fuck?
Wow, that would have been the first thing I said. It would have been like, all right, so you shit your pants. We gotta get right to
it.
I mean, that's a tough one. It's like
what is a tough one?
Now Justine Quiche. She was the one who shit herself. Yeah.
Did she win that fight or no?
No.
No.
I mean, it's a good strategy.
Nor did her underwear.
You might as well use it to your advantage if you shit yourself and keep fighting. You might as well try to get your ass close to the person's face so that you stink them out.
Bro, if I'm in a fight, I'm gonna wipe my ass with my hand and give them the mandible claw.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They used to say there was a rumor that they used to say Roberto Duran didn't shower for like 2 weeks before his fights. I don't know. So you didn't want to on the inside. You were kind of uncomfortable with. But I can remember I sparred a kid. There was a kid one day. I wasn't even scheduled to spar. I remember I was in the gym. I was like 20 years old, and I was training. I had gone out the night before because I didn't think I was sparring, so I had like a little bit of a night out, and so I wasn't really in the mood to like train. But I'm in the gym every day at that time of my life, and just working on stuff. And this kid comes in. He's from England, and he needs some sparring. And I'm his size. They're like, "Oh, Paulie, get in the ring. You're gonna spar today." I'm like, "Oh God, man, I don't want to spar right now." And this kid he ended up becoming a decent contender. I think he became a European champion later on. Carl Johansson, name was. Anyway, we sparred. Every time I got in close, the body odor on this guy was horrible. I mean, it was like suffocating. I remember I would be in the clinch and I'd want to take my head out like this, and then I'd end up getting hit. And I was like, wow, this is really an advantage if somebody smells, because like you want to pull your head out and then your head is there and he's cracking you and then putting you in bad positions. Anyway, I never forgot it. He smelled so bad that I'm now almost 42 years old. I was about 20 at that time. I can still sense that my nose still hurts thinking of that smell, man. It was that bad. It was crazy.
Wow. Brian, let me ask you,
becoming a decent fighter later.
Before Paulie, you cracked me up, bro. Before we get to the next question, Brian, who's the smelliest wrestler you ever wrestled with?
Oh, There's like unknown guys. There is. Oh, I don't know if I want to throw him under the bus though.
All right.
I'll say this: there's a really well-known wrestler who was in my company where I wrestled one point in time, and man, did he not smell good? It hasn't usually happened very. It's usually more like in training that some people stink.
Yeah.
But as far as the match, yeah, there's one guy that said really well-known, been around forever, and I've wrestled him before, and oh my god, I was like, and the match was great too. And everyone kept asking about it, and I'm like, yeah, the only negative was, man, fuck, I don't know. I don't even know what he smelled like. It wasn't like your typical BO. It was just a really weird odor, but it wasn't friendly at all.
And then when wrestling, you guys are rubbing all over each other, so you got to shower after. Then you smell like him.
When you smell like them afterwards, that's the worst.
I fight hard and I train hard. To get through the body aches and soreness, I use Fusion CBD, Instant Freeze, for my muscles and joints. It relieves my pain so I can train all day. Fusion CBD. Train like a champ.
When it's like just your fucking sweat on your upper lip because it's from them on your face wiping it down.
I gotta find out who this is. I'll have to ask Jake.
Brian. All right. So, truth or lie here. A. Paulie portrayed the character Little Mac in the 2009 video game trailer Punch-Out for the Nintendo Wii. Or B. Paulie started a fist fight with Tom Selleck on the set of Blue Bloods.
Oh man. I'm gonna go A just because I think that'd be radder.
Boom. You are correct, my friend.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Let me tell you something. That was such a classic trailer that
it was fun.
So cool that you were in that.
Yeah, it was fun. They actually made that fun. That was a pretty cool little tidbit. And the commercial was like
a trailer for a trailer, or was that supposed to become something?
No, it was for the return of the Punch-Out video game on Nintendo Wii in about 2009. So it was like I remember the commercial was on TV, all over TV for like a month straight. It was like I would just randomly see it. People would just randomly see it watching TV. It got a good amount of airplay for like a month straight. It was like the trailer's a little longer. They shortened it for the TV commercial. The TV commercial was a 30-second spot of the footage of that trailer. It was good though. It was fun.
Did they have you jog in with the coach on the bike?
Yeah. The coach was played. Doc, the coach was played by Isaiah Whitlock. Isaiah Whitlock was he's in 25th Hour. I don't know if you've seen the movie 25th Hour with Edward Norton when he's the cop when he's like shit. When he finds the drugs under the couch, and it's funny. Isaiah Whitlock is also the doctor in the movie Goodfellas when Ray Liotta's driving his brother to the hospital, and then the doctor's like, you don't look so good. Once you have a seat, you don't look so good.
That's right.
That's Isaiah Whitlock as well. Yeah. So obviously he's younger there, but Isaiah Whitlock played Doc in the trailer in the commercial, and he was riding the bike, and they have the footage of me chasing him, jogging after him, and this is we did it on the Brooklyn Promenade, so it was cool with the Manhattan skyline in the background.
It's like a video game. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. You have to have that.
So freaking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It's cool. It was funny. I was in Blue Bloods too, but I didn't get into no fights with Tom Selleck. That guy was Magnum PI when I was a kid. I couldn't get into a fight with that guy.
Yeah, he's freaking cool as hell.
The original Magnum PI.
Yeah, right? All right, here we go, Paulie. Here we go. Brian fell asleep next to his MILF neighbor and moved his hand on her tits while he was pretending to sleep. Or B, Brian took a shit in a box and made it look like a smiley face as a gag gift.
All right, we're Brian picked one because he thought it was cooler. I'm gonna pick A because I think it's pretty much more wild. I feel like in B it's all these shits, so I'm gonna go with A. We already went through the shits in part one.
It's B.
Oh, come on. I picked the shits in part one. It's no good. And then in part two, when I'm supposed to pick the shits, I don't get it.
I'm 20. I know. Trust me, my life is more than just shit jokes and shit stuff too. But I did have a high MILF neighbor though that I was in love with in high school, but I wasn't successful.
So Brian, let me ask you, what was the reason why you took a shit in a box, made it a smiley face? What did this guy do?
So one of my best friends, he's hysterical, like really funny dude. We'd always give each other joking gag gifts, and I remember he used to have this big video game like party deal for like birthdays. You have to bring him a gift. And this was like farther back from the shitbox present. And so I bought him. I bought this like cool skateboard magazine or whatever that he wanted, and I took the cover off and I bought a gay porn mag, and I put the cover on the gay porn mag, and I gave it to that. So that got me access into the party, and then it was it was a gag, it was a rib. So then he got me back years later, he still had it, and he gave it to me, and I'm like, what? I know what this is. And he goes, oh no, but look inside, like look at the front page. And he had this little inscription that there was money throughout the thing, but it was taped to the pages, so I had to look through the magazine to find out which pages had the cash in there. So like, fuck, he got me good on that one. So then the following year, that's when the receipt was I was like, you know what? I was trying to think of something good. I go, I'm just gonna shit in a box and give it to him. So that's exactly what I did, and he fucking loved it. He loved it. That was the greatest.
I like the shits. The shit gifts. That's the best, man. That's a great joke.
Cost me relatively nothing too. Just some fancy gift paper. That was it.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think anything that involves farts and shits makes me laugh. I don't know.
I know, me too. I'm like a 13.
Simple-minded. What can I say? You know,
right?
I love it. It doesn't get old to me. All right, here we go. 3 and 4 killer instinct.
First blood, not me.
These are going to be our war history questions, guys. All right.
All right, let's go. I was just in DC today. I saw all the U.S. history. I'm ready.
Oh, my guy's ready. All right, much respect. Let's get it going, Brian. What was? And you have 8 seconds, by the way, guys. Before we get started, you have 8 seconds. This is called the standing 8 count. So now, 8 seconds to answer. You'll be on the clock. When you're ready to answer, just be sure to unmute yourself because it'll automatically mute you when this timer comes up.
Yes,
so unmute yourself and answer the question. So, Brian, what was the code name for the Battle of Normandy? Was it A, Operation Overlord, B, Operation Sea Lion, or C, Operation Dumbo Drop? And you're on the clock.
I'm going to say A.
He's going right for it, A. And the correct answer is A. Congratulations.
Wow. I would have picked B. I would have got it wrong again.
Come on, Paulie. We're supposed to win.
I'm on a bad roll.
All I know is my man Brian, he's killing it right now.
Hey.
I'm getting my shit in. You guys called it before it started.
Get your shit in, Brian. I knew you would.
He's getting his shit.
All right, Paulie, here we go. The Boston Massacre started with a disagreement over A, a flag, B, your mom, A, or C, a wig.
Remember to unmute your mic first, Paulie.
I'm going to go with A, a flag.
It is C, a wig.
That's such a stupid thing to argue to the Boston Massacre. I thought it, I mean, obviously it wasn't over your mom, but I was like, oh, come on. Oh, baby, come on.
I know. I thought the same thing. I didn't know the answer. Don't feel bad.
It would have been awesome if it was your mom, and that insult was just a historic accurate reference.
I know, right? It would have been. That's why I had to throw it in there.
Brian, what was the longest battle of World War II? Was it A, the Battle of the Pacific, B, Battle of the Atlantic, or C, Battle of the Bands?
Battle of the Atlantic.
This guy.
Battle of the Atlantic is correct.
Boom.
Wow. All right, Paulie, let's go, okay?
Holy shit, Brian.
Hopelessly behind.
Motherfucker is. What's that?
What was the first battle of the American Revolution? A, Battle of Lexington. B, Battle of Washington. C, Tyler Perry's Battle at Medea's house.
I'm going to go with the Battle of Lexington.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, there we go. That's right.
All right, we're off to 9. All right.
I know, come on, man. Oh, man.
Great job so far, guys. I'm going to pull up the scorecard right now.
So 3-1.
That's where we're at right now.
It's like a hockey score.
It is, yeah. Come on, Paulie, we can still clean up, okay?
All right. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go
All right,
next round.
we're moving on to get
5 and
popped
6.
culture. Get popped culture.
Get popped.
So, guys, these are questions. related to combat sports within movies, TV, video games, all that fun stuff.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to start with Brian. What was the name of the first ever WWF arcade game? Was it A, WrestleFest, B, Superstars, or C, the Royal Rumble?
WrestleFest.
Is that right?
The correct answer actually is Superstars.
What?
I know.
I would have guessed A as well. I would have guessed A as well.
WrestleFest everyone is the one everyone plays. Superstars. The fuck is that?
Yeah.
I know. 1989, Superstars came out. You could choose from Hogan,
Wow.
the Honky Tonk Man. I think it was only like 6 guys you could choose from. But yeah, I saw it today. I thought it was WrestleFest because that was the one that I always played growing up.
Yeah, that's the go-to. What is this bootleg?
What is this?
Superstars.
So it was funny because there was this place when I was growing up, this little theme park for kids. It was called Nellie Bly, and they used to have like an arcade in the back, and that's where I was introduced to these wrestling games.
Yeah.
You remember Nellie Bly?
Yeah. Of course, it's still there, but now it's some Jewish name. Like it's been overtaken. It's still there, but it's like changed up. You know, it's like. But Nellie Bly was great, man. A big part of the childhood back then.
Yes, it was, man. It was right down the street from my house. That was fun.
Yeah, that's right. Because you buy 50, Bay 50 is closer, sure.
Yep.
All right, Paul, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Who co-starred with Samuel L. Jackson in the 2007 film Resurrecting the Champ? A, Josh Hartnett. B, Justin Long. C, Miles Teller.
I don't know. I don't think I saw this one. Okay. Hey, Josh Hartnett. Boom. All right. I just went with who was popular at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which eliminates Miles Teller off the jump.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, by the way, awesome actor, one of my favorites.
I know. I like him too.
Yeah. No, Miles did the boxing movie about Vinny Paz. Did a good job.
Yeah, we did. We had him. We did some questions about him on the last show.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
We had Chris Algieri on the last show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like Teller. No, I like War Dogs. The movie with Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
When they're gone. I like that movie.
One of my favorites, dude.
I love that one too. All right, here we go. Next round.
Brian, in the movie Here Comes the Boom, how much weight did Kevin James lose to play his role? A, 100 pounds, B, 80 pounds, or C, 62 pounds?
I'm gonna go with C, 62 pounds.
It was actually B, 80 pounds.
You see, the little detail throws you off. I would have picked 62 pounds too, because it's like, why would you add the 2? It's like, it looks like an exact detail. Like, so it's like, that's how much you lost.
I'm like, he didn't look like he had 80 pounds to lose in that role. I'm like, maybe 60.
Yeah. And you know what? And 180, they're too rounded of a figure. I would just be with 62. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's a nice off number. That's like, that maybe somebody would lose. Nobody loses exactly 70, 80, or 90 pounds, you know?
I would have guessed too.
These are the fun facts on Google, bro. So you know.
Yeah.
He really probably lost 78, and he just rounded up.
Yeah, he rounded it off exactly.
I think Brian gets a half a point for it. Fuck it.
All right, here we go, Paulie. Cinderella Man is a poignant drama inspired by the true story of what boxer? Jack Dempsey, Max Baer, or Jim Braddock?
Cinderella Man is about Jim Braddock.
It's a phenomenal movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, and he beats Max Baer in the movie. He beats Max Baer in the movie. I remember it's in his career. Yeah, he fights Max Baer. You know what's fun about that movie? At the end of it, they tell you that he was part of the construction of the Verrazano Bridge.
Yeah,
which is cool as hell if you're from where we're from, Joe. You know, like he was on the construction crew.
And you know how many people died and fell into the cement?
Yeah. The Verrazano and the Golden Gate, a lot of people died building it. So Braddock wasn't one of them, though. He was on the building crew.
Bro, all I remember that movie, my favorite part of that movie is when Braddock's getting it beaten and all of a sudden he gets those flashbacks. You know, the rent is due, everything's overdue, everything's over.
It's a great movie. It's a great story. It's a great movie. And the Verrazano Bridge, I always tell people when I tell you, you want to know where I'm from? Watch Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever. That's where I'm from.
I love that movie.
That's my neighborhood.
In that movie.
That's my neighborhood, and that's the bridge where the kid falls off of. That's my neighborhood. That's where I grew up. Only difference is 86th Street, where he's walking at the beginning of the movie. First of all, that pizzeria is still there. Lenny's, by the way, it's still there. When you can get a pizza, you can get a slice of pizza at the window just the same way. But the only difference is 86th Street is like Chinatown now instead of Italian. It's all Chinese, but Lenny's still there. Lenny's Pizza's still standing strong.
Lenny's Pizza could survive the atomic bomb. He'll still be. Yeah. He'll be all right.
That's so cool. I freaking love that movie.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. And Joe too. I mean, Joe, you're not far off from the area too. You were just a little up north by Coney Island.
Exactly, right by Coney Island. But I used to hang out in 86th Street all the time. That was
the go-to at that time.
That was it, man. Cruising 86th Street. That's good times right there. Great memories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 7 and 8, your history. So these are going to be questions about your genre, the stuff that you guys do. You guys better know these questions, okay?
It's expected of you to know these. If you get them wrong, it's definitely going to be an eyebrow-raising moment.
I'm so hot about WrestleFest.
I know. I thought for sure I was like, give him like wrestling questions. He's going to know them.
See, that's the great thing about this game. You just never know. You never know what's going to pop up.
You know what's funny about it, kid? All the wrong answers you got, I would have guessed the same way. But all the right answers you got, I wouldn't have guessed those. And the Mary Merck ass, I would have picked the same exact way with the girls you got. That's so funny.
That's awesome.
Very true. Very true.
Brian, which of the following was not an original member of the Legion of Doom? Was it A, Jake the Snake, B, King Kong Bundy, or C, Matt Bourne?
B, King Kong Bundy.
It was actually C, Matt Bourne.
Let's say Matt Bourne because like he wasn't even wrestling, but even then, Legion of Doom. I'm like, hold on, is that answer right? Because Legion of Doom, that's LOD, that's the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal.
And, right, and L's what was his name? L's.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but they're talking about
L-Ring.
Thank you, L-Ring. They're talking about before WWF days, before WCW days.
Oh, like in a territory.
That was a trick question, bro. I would have never got that one.
Trick question. Joe's bringing some serious fireballs.
I know. I was like, fuck, I don't know about that, but
I was expecting to see Hawk and Animal there, and then whoever wasn't Hawk and Animal, I would have just picked them. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Well, you know what, Brian, you got to blame Catalina because she was the one that's like, yo, you got to bring it with Brian because so it's all Catalina's fault. I don't need to get press slammed when I see you.
Come on, Brian, you're making me look stupid.
Hey, I don't know how many people would have been able to answer that. Maybe like Steve Kern would have known that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tough one. No, that's I was like, oh, this is a really tough question because I'm pretty decent with the wrestling history. So I'm like, whoa, I don't know. I wouldn't know that. So I didn't even know fucking Jake the Snake and King Kong Bundy had anything to do with the Legion.
Me neither. I would have never.
I would have never thought. All right, Paulie, here we go. What fighter put an end to the unbeaten 89-0 reign of Julio Cesar Chavez? A, Oscar De La Hoya, B, Frankie Randall, or C, Willie Wise? I don't.
Answer is B, Frankie Randall.
Joe, is that right?
That is absolutely correct.
But he did lose to De La Hoya and Willie Wise later.
Oh wow!
Yeah, all three of them beat him. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yes.
Nice. Good job. High five.
Good stuff. Boom.
We're coming back. Paulie. We're gonna win this thing. So.
My man Brian's got this one.
What's the score? I lost track of the score.
4-3.
Oh man, we got 4. We got 4 unanswered. Nice. We were down 3-0. Oh.
All right, I think Brian's got this one right here. Brian, at the 1989 Royal Rumble, which tag team entered at numbers 1 and 2? Is it A, the Hart Foundation, B, Demolition, or C, the British Bulldogs?
I'm gonna have to go with the British Bulldogs.
It was actually Demolition.
I remember this. Hey, this time I wouldn't have got your wrong answer. Yeah, Demolition.
Yo, it's Axe Smash, right? Wasn't it Axe and Smash?
Yo, and they started beating the hell out of each other. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow, what a memory.
Yeah.
Yo, that
Dude,
actually,
wrestling in those days, forget it. I was glued to TV. I mean, that was my era, man. I was on there. My mother yelling at me every Saturday too with Superstars of Wrestling. I was like, I'm jumping off the couch doing cartwheels myself. You know, just it was great. And then Monday with your school, your school classmates, you're talking about wrestling over the weekend. You know.
Oh man, I think my favorite wrestling moments growing up. I mean, moving past the '80s, it was definitely Stone Cold and Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Like, that was the weekly high school. That's all we were talking about.
That was like a soap opera with beef, with like fights and stuff. That was great. It was great.
In high school, wrestling was so over. But it's funny because I was like the open wrestling fan because I wear wrestling shirts and stuff. So we try to dominate wrestling like in their groups, right? But as soon as class started and we're sitting next to each other, they'd be like, yo, man, did you watch Raw last night? This happened and this. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Acting like you don't watch it. You all watch it. Shut up.
Yo, Brian, we were giving each other Stone Cold stunners in my high school. Like, everybody was nobody was safe. Nobody was safe. Somebody got stunned in the hallway.
That was the best part about wrestling. Where randomly, I would look forward to that. No matter, I mean, the whole thing was good. Everything about Raw back that time was good. But the whole time, I would just be looking forward to a random stunner or a random rock bottom, like out of nowhere, because they would come out of nowhere. Random stunner. You just get stunned at rock bottom. It was great.
Everyone doing the DX crotch chops to everyone too. Suck it, bitch. Like, what?
Yeah, I used to do it to my teacher on the way out.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the stunner, the best part about getting the random stunner in my high school, everybody was in on it. So it was like everybody was selling it too. It was not just like, what are you doing to me? Everybody was selling it.
You gotta sell like Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon sell the shit out of it. He used to pop up like a spring. He used to shoot up like a spring.
Oh, good times. All right, here we go, Paulie. Let's do this, all right? Tommy Burns, the Canadian boxer that held the heavyweight title, what was his real name? A. Miguelito Cabrera. B. Noah Russo. C. John Jackson.
I'm gonna go with John Jackson. Oh, it's B. Noah Russo.
I gave you a tough one.
Yeah, no, that was good. I didn't take him for a Jewish guy. That's why. No, it's like he was Canadian. He's not Jewish. So I was like, if he was Jewish, I would have went with the Noah.
Oh, that's a good point. That was a tricky one. I actually asked my boxing coach. I was like, I need 2 really good boxing questions.
That was a nice one. That was a good one.
That was good. Thanks, Rob.
So
Stop
as
my
we
streak.
approach the championship round, guys, this is the score right now.
That's right. We're still winning,
So
all right?
Brian 3, Paulie 4. Anything can happen here in the championship round. So, Kat, let them know how this championship round works.
All right, guys. So we have our mystery championship guy who's going to pop up on the screen and he's going to ask you a question. Now, this one is not multiple choice, and whoever answers first correctly wins.
Man.
Just shout out your answer.
All right.
All right? Ready?
All right.
Brian, you're going to know this one. I love it. You got sound.
God, he's going 2. That crazy guy. I don't know what's going to happen here. Wait a minute.
What's going on, guys? This is AEW's Daddy Magic, and I just want to congratulate you on making it to the final round of Fite Game. How many seconds did it take Conor McGregor to defeat Jose Aldo at UFC 194?
13 seconds. 13 seconds.
I thought we were getting multiple choice.
Oh, no, we weren't supposed to get multiple choice.
I got it before multiple choice anyway. 13 seconds.
We had multiple choice. Paulie screamed it out.
Oh, when you said there's no multiple choice, I mean that's why I screamed it before multiple choices, because I figured that we weren't going to get the multiple choice options. So I just screamed out where you said who gets it first.
Funny? I didn't know it too. I'm like, fucking multiple choice. I said 52 because I remember right when he connects with them, it's 4:52 into the round.
13 seconds. Yeah, Aldo came out like a mutt and ran right into a left hand.
It's true, man. That was
job.
insane when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! So that's our final score. 5-3. Paulie Malignaggi takes the W over Big Bad Brian Cage.
Game.
Guys.
But you know what? I'm still married to Trish, so it's okay. I'm still winning.
Yeah, I know. You got the better girl. You got the well. You know what? I got Misha. And you like Misha.
I do like Misha, but I mean, on paper, Trish is definitely better. But you know,
Well, I say there's a double date in the future with you guys. Just you got to get permission from the wifey. You know what I mean?
Great.
100%.
That's great.
Yo, guys, seriously.
Congrats.
Congrats to Paulie. Fusion CBD will be sending you a gift for the win.
Awesome.
Thank you both
Look
you
forward
guys
to it.
for coming on, taking your time. I know you're both busy guys, and I appreciate it. Brian, you're doing nothing but amazing things at AEW. Keep up the great work, man. Big fan, and I know a lot of people follow you and like what you're doing. So keep living your dream, brother, man. Keep doing your thing, man, because definitely inspiring other people while you're having fun doing your thing.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Good stuff, guys. Good to meet you, Cage. Guys.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Before we have Paulie Malignaggi, the boxer versus the wrestler. And unbelievable. My man, Paulie Malignaggi. He took it. He took it. Your teammate.
I'm over here winning, okay? I'm counting all my W's. I'm sorry, Joe.
All right. So right now you 1-0 against me this season.
I'm 2-0. Didn't I won last?
No, we tied the first
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're tied. So you beat me right now. I'm just curious, like, what are we gonna do? Because we gotta make a bet. We gotta make a bet. I think it's gotta be something embarrassing. Like the losers gotta do something really embarrassing.
Okay. Should we let like fans maybe vote on something? Maybe we come up with like a couple options. We let the fans choose what the loser does.
Smart move. I like that. Yeah, let's get the fans involved. What do you guys think? We'll come up with something. Me and Catalina will come up with couple scenarios, and you guys choose what you think would be the best move for the loser to do at the end of season 1. I like that.
I think that would be fun. Might get a little weird, and I'm okay with that.
That's all right. A little weird is good. It keeps the blood flowing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yo, this was a lot of fun. Again, thanks to Paulie Malignaggi and Brian Cage for coming on. Two great guys in their own respect in their field. And, shout out to Fusion CBD. Thank you guys very much. And for the fans, thank you for tuning in. And make sure, if you're listening, if you're in your car, if the wife's yelling at you and you just got to go in the bathroom and clear your head and listen to a podcast, make sure follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your favorite podcast platforms. Check us out on Patreon. It's always great to help us out and keep this thing going. Of course, we'll give you guys a shout out for the love on Patreon, as well as YouTube. If you want to watch us, YouTube's the way to go. And I believe we'll be on Amazon as well very soon. So it's good.
Woo! Great show. I'm excited for more guests to come and more Fite Game.
Stay tuned, guys, because you just never know who's coming on next.
Never know. We literally never know.